Hello kids, this is KasCade and welcome back to the great game of Kenshi. Here is my base and it is in the Outlands. I need to throw up the map here because I think this is going to be my final episode of the entire series that I've been doing. I've been doing this series for over a year and it has been so fun. So my base is located right here in the Outlands, and I just want to take you around real quick and kind of show you the different places that we've taken down. We have the green buildings that you see here. The green towns are towns that we're allied with. And these are the ones we've taken down. The Black Dog headquarters has been taken down. The Cult Village has been taken down. We're going all around the map. The Reaver camps, all the Reavers have been taken down. Ark, the Crab Raiders have been taken down. Here's some more Reavers. The Iron headquarters, which is the Skeleton Bandits, have been taken down. Police barracks. Everything in red. I've either looted or taken it down. A sniper tower here before you get into the Ashlands I've taken down. I have taken down everything just about. Crabtown. I've allied with Shek. I've allied with the Shinobi Thieves, the United Cities, yeah. And there's one other people that I've allied with, the Reaver camps. Let's keep going around the map so you can see all the different places. Here's a factory. I don't know if I've been there or not. I think I have, but anyways, we're kind of going around. This is a United Cities, and they're allied with me. This is iSocket, which is a slave traders. I could try to take them down. There's a guy that was here at the strange camp. I can't remember his name, but this whole area right here is just full of beak things here, and really a neat place once you get kind of leveled up. Called Gutters, beak thing, same thing. So who else have I taken down? There's a Lost Town here. Crabs, yeah, some crabs over here on this little island area. I don't think I ever went out this way. There was nothing to loot here, so I did not go out that way. Here is Hing, which is part of the United Cities. You know, here's Trader's Edge, which is the Traders Guild. You know, one thing I could do is try to take down the United Cities, but I don't think I'm going to do that. And now we're getting into the desert up here. Shobatai, we've got a stone camp, slave trader stone camp. Here's Fort Mirage. This was a faction, the United Heroes League. Took them down. Bark up here in the northeast part of the map, United Cities, that I allied with. Here is a hive village. This is the Western Hive, and they are friendly, and never allied with them, but I was able to visit them. Here's Fort Simeon, and this is the Rebel Farmers, took them down. Tower of Goats took them down. The Bastion up here in the north central part. These are Cannibal hunters. I like them. Let's keep going around the edge because this is actually where I started, right here in this Cannibal village right here. And that's where I started with my main character, and his name is Robert Plant. But all this Cannibal area, I came and destroyed them. I had to destroy them. I wanted to destroy them. The Bastion, Cannibal hunters, we went over that already. This is United Cities. This is United Cities. And I think this area right in here, you would have fights between United Cities, and you'd have fights with the Holy Nation. And it was a really good place to get some loot. And this area up here, let me pull back so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. It's this area right up in here. And so yeah, that was a great place right there. We have World's End, which is controlled by the Tech Hunters. We've got Okran's Fist. The Cannibals overtook it. I think originally it was part of the Holy Nation, and then the Cannibals took it over, and then we destroyed it again. We've got all these ruins here. Here's Burns Tower. This is where I got burned at one time. We got a suspicious lab here. Cannibals. More cannibals. Okay. So let's head over here into the Foglands. This is all part of the Western Hive area, but in the Foglands you have Fogmen. And this is where I got Beep and Crumble John and maybe somebody else. I can't remember who the other person was. So let's go over here to Blister Hill, which has been taken over by the Flotsam Ninjas. I did not ally with them, but I'm not in bad standing with them. So they took over this. This was used to be part of the Holy Nation right in this area right here. Bad Teeth now is controlled by the Shek. This is after wiping out the Holy Nation. Right over here is Stack and its Shek Kingdom. Here is the hub. This is where I went to kind of level up. And there's a rebel base here, another little place over here. This is the Dust King Tower. This was one of the first bosses that I took over. Over here we have the swamp area, and then I got some good people over here. I think I got Headshot and Shark and some other characters, some really good characters here in Shark. Stubbs Mimoso, I think, is from here. So this is the swamp area. You can see all these different places I looted and was able to get some really good stuff. Exile Camp, Band of Bones. Yeah, we took those guys down. New Crawlia, Crawl's Chosen. Took those guys down. That was pretty early. I think I might have lost somebody there. Here's a Berserker village. Berserkers. I did not take these guys out. I could, but I'm not going to do that now. And then over here we have the Bugmaster. Took him down. This playthrough, I pretty much took out everybody that I wanted to take out. And we get down here in this area, and there's a lot of loot to get. And then you get back into the United Cities towns here. Drifter's Last, Way Station, Clownsteady. The complex here, full of big things, but some really, really good loot. The Swamp Ninjas took them down. Red Saber Hideout took them down. Different factions, kind of I guess a minor faction. And down over here we have the Fishmen, and I took them down. That was really, really fun. And that was just a wonderful, wonderful playthrough that I went through. The Tech Hunters of Morn. Flats Lagoon has some really good gear. Probably the best gear in the whole game. See if I can find it right now. I might have to pull back a little bit. I think the best gear in the whole game is right here at Black Desert City. And they just have incredible, incredible swords, all kinds of gear right here. Everything you need if you want to purchase it. Otherwise, you just loot and you fight and kill the bosses and you take them down. Now we're going to go down to the Ashlands. I took down all these skin bandits right here. That was first time I'd done that before. I could go over here to the Horrible Ruin. Dead Cat is the faction here. But I'm not going to do that. You know what? I think this might actually be Skin Bandits here. It says Dead Cat faction, but I think it's actually Skin Bandits. So here is the Ashlands, and I took down Mad Cat Lawn. I took down all these Ashland domes, the different bosses there. So I am really, really happy with the way I played the game. The Crab Raiders have the best gear in the entire game. And I built my base out here. I've never built it out here before, and it's turned out to be a pretty good base. My original base was over in this direction right here before I put up this pontoon bridge right here. that's going down in this direction. But anyways, this was my original base, and I had some mods to make some of these buildings. Like this one right here is called a raised house. This over here is called a More A2, and so this is a More B. So I got some mods for some of these buildings right here. This one right here is a raised house, and then I expanded my base just because I wanted to build, and got some other. That's a More A. This is a, what is that right there? A tall house. And again, these are mods, the ones that are all white. What is this one right here? That's a double house squared. And yeah, that one is a mod too. That one's very unique. That's the only one I have like that on my base. These are different kind of watchtowers here. This one is called a More Tower 2 dots, and this one is called a More Tower Brown. This building right here I was able to get with one of the blueprints that I confiscated at one of the places I took over, and I was able to get this Ash Dome A through a blueprint that I confiscated as well. So what I want to do now is introduce you to the different characters. So I'll start right here with my Explore team, and we'll just look at people one at a time. We are in the Outlands, so let's get a look at Mr. Stubbs Mimoso, and I think I got him in the swamp. Not really sure. So there he is right there. He has an attack of over 60. He's got gear on and stuff like that. Let me see what it's like if I take his gear off. I don't know if that'll affect his attack or not, but you can see what he looks like, and he's pretty buff right now. So yeah, there's Stubbs Mimoso, and you can see he has a mechanical left leg right there. Okay, next guy we're going to take a look at is Oron. Where is he at? He is right here. He is a Shek. And so Oron has an attack of about 66, I think, which is pretty good. And we'll take a look at him without his, without her gear on, I should say. And so there is Oron, one of my great fighters who went around, has an attack of 66. All right, next one we're going to look at is Oreo. And Oreo, I actually named after a cat that had passed away. And Oreo is a Shek, as you can see. And Oreo has an attack of 65. So let's see what Oreo looks like. Take the gear off of Oreo. And Oreo has, like I said, attack of 65. And there you are looking at the mighty Oreo right there. Kind of thin Shek right there. Thin dude. Okay, next we're going to look at, I think we're going to look at the base people. I just got two people in the base. Let's look at Neil Peart. And he is good on the crossbow, so he's manning the crossbow right now. I named him after Neil Peart from the rock band Rush. Great drummer, and he has an attack of 61. And let's check out his crossbow skills. Right here, let's see. He's got a crossbow of 1, but his turrets are 89. So he's the only one I have on turrets, and I closed off the gate. So that is Mr. Neil Peart. Here's Cornelius. Oh, and Cornelius. Oh, Cornelius, it says, is critical. What happened to Cornelius? I don't know. Cornelius, I've just kind of left alone on this base. Looks like he's eaten some of these bone dogs here. He is in bad shape. Who is this right here? I'm going to have Knife come over here and first aid Cornelius. Oh, I feel bad for Cornelius. I just kind of let him go. Haven't really been checking on him, but he's going to get patched up here. This is Cornelius. I never had gotten Cornelius before, but I got him on this playthrough, so I'm very happy with Cornelius. Okay, let's look at the Explorer. Now let's look at the Guns and Animals. These guys are I've got 3 animals. I've got Cornelius. This is Bevo. Man, he has been great. He's an elder bull. I got him when he was a baby, and he has just been fantastic. Carried a lot of gear. Has an attack of 70 right now, and Bevo, I love him. He has been great. This is Ace, one of my Garu, my only Garu. I think I got Ace um, when he was a baby. He's named after Ace Frehley, the guitarist for Kiss, and he has been great. And he has an attack of 69. So next I want to look at some of my precision gunners, my crossbow people. And the first one is Chad. Let's see if we can get Chad to come right over here. And there he is right there. So there's Chad. And he has an attack of, wow, I'm going to take off his gear because his crossbow skills are fantastic. But let's take off his gear here and see what Chad looks like. And there he is. And he is a Scorchlander. And let's see, let's see what he's got here. He's got an attack, melee attack of 57, and his crossbow skills are at 80. So all of my crossbow people are just super, super good. Okay, let's take a look at Headshot. And Headshot is just kind of hanging out by herself here. So we can, let's take this armor off a Headshot. You know what? We're going to leave it on. We'll take this off and we'll take the mask off so you can see what Headshot looks like. But Headshot has a, let's see, melee attack of 62 and crossbow of 87. So there is Headshot up close. Okay, SRV. SRV is named after Stevie Ray Vaughan, SRV. And let's check him out and see what he looks like when I take some of his gear off. And kind of an older looking guy, kind of blonde hair, and he is pretty buff right now. Look at those muscles he's got. My goodness. Headshot, he's ready to do some damage. He has a melee attack of 62 and crossbow skill of 87. So there is Mr. Headshot. Petey is right here, and he's a little bit injured, but not too bad. So let's check out Petey real quick. Let's see what kind of skills he's got. Melee attack of 58, crossbow of 86. Let's see what he looks like. Petey is named after Pete Townsend of The Who, and he is a bald dude, and that kind of looks like Pete Townsend a little bit, although Pete Townsend has some hair, and I don't think he's that buff though, and he doesn't have that little goatee sticking down. Okay, Pia, one of my female gunners. Let's take a look at Pia. Oh man, there's a bunch of flies buzzing around. So Pia, let's see what you got as far as melee attack 64, crossbow 87, and let's see how muscular you are now without your gear on. And there she is, and she's got green hair, and you can see she is pretty ripped. She is pretty stout right now. Okay, Iceman is next. Iceman, we're going to take your gear off. And Iceman is named after Albert Collins, the great bluesman. I like Albert Collins a lot. I tried to name some of my characters after musicians that I really like, and there's Albert Collins. He is a Scorchlander, and let's see what he's got as far as his skills go. Melee attack 59, crossbow 87. So all my crossbow people are just really, really good. Nancy named after Nancy Wilson of the rock band Heart. And let's see what kind of skills Nancy has. Melee attack of 55, crossbow of 67. Nancy was one of my later characters. I had I think 3 or 4 people pass away, and so I had to pick up like 3 or 4 other characters to get 30. I didn't have a mod to go past 30. It was pretty much vanilla most of the way. So there's Nancy right there. And okay, now we are going to the Explore group. Did we do Explore group? Yes, we did. Let's go to Explore Team 2, and we'll go to Knife now. And there's Knife standing by Cornelius. And let's see. She's holding her head. So Knife is another one of my females that I have. And so let's see what kind of skill she has. Melee attack of 65. So she's one that I got kind of later too. So we'll take some of her gear off and see what she looks like. And she's pretty buff too. She has red hair. And there is a Knife almost in all her glory. So next one is Cornell. And he is named after Chris Cornell from the rock band Soundgarden. So there is Cornell right there, and let's see what kind of skills he has. Melee attack of 61, which is pretty good, and let's see what he looks like without his gear. I'm going to just have to drop this stuff right here and take his gear off right here. And we'll take his pants off, and he has some boots on, so he is a Shek obviously, and you can see he's pretty stout right there, pretty broad shoulders. Let's take a look at Infinite Wing Wang. This is a special character here, and check out his stats here. Melee attack of 68, almost 70, really high. And let's see what he looks like now when I take his gear off. And there he is. He's got a mechanical right leg. The sun is going down, and he looks like a Scorchlander as well. So let's go to Van Zant, a Hiver that I got, and he's named after Ronnie Van Zant of the Leonard Skinner group, who was the lead singer. Is this guy still alive? Okay, Van Zant, we're going to watch you have a little action here at this Grass Pirate. And the guy has lost a left leg. Okay, let's look at Staley. This guy is named after Lane Staley of the band Alice in Chains. He was the lead singer. Unfortunately, overdosed on drugs, was a complete addict. This guy has a melee attack of 67, and he has done really well. Let's see what he looks like. He is a Shek, so we'll take his gear off so we can see what he looks like, how buff he is, and there he is right there, Staley. Okay, now we're going to go to a special group that I made called the Legendary 11. And these are the guys that I consider my best, if not I like them the best. So we're going to look at Agnew first. So Agnew is right here, and Agnew is a skeleton. And we picked Agnew up. This is the first time I ever got Agnew. So he is a very special character to me, and he's really attached to Beep. They're best friends, but he has a melee attack of 64, and I just have really enjoyed Agnew. Next up is Burn, another skeleton right there. Picked him up at Burns Tower. He was my second skeleton that I picked up. He has a melee attack of 64 as well. And then we've got the smallest little skeleton, and that is Sadniel. And I picked him up down by Black Desert City, I believe. And he was kind of sad, and he has an attack of 66. So I really like my skeleton guy. Silver Shade. Silvershade became my best thief. Had another hiver that was thieving, but Silvershade turned out to be my best thief of all. And let me just take off his mask so you can see what he looks like. And there he is. He's got some crab armor on. His thieving skills, look at this right here. His thieving skills are not thieving skills, but stealth skills are 94. So he could pretty much sneak in and he could pretty much knock out anybody. So a stealth of 94 and assassination of 91, which is just unreal. Crumble John, got him in the Foglands. He became one of my favorite characters of all time. I just liked his dialogue a lot. I'm going to see what kind of skills he's got. Melee attack of 67. And he has probably, maybe after Beep, I think Crumple John might be my favorite dude. I'm going to take his gear off so you can see what he looks like. He's just an old bent over old man. He's an old man like me, but I don't look that bad. But Crumple John's got some wild stories. Look how skinny that dude is. Man, I love Crumple John. He is just one of my favorites of all time. Here we go. We got Beep. This is probably the most famous character in all of Kenshi is Beep right here. So let's take a look at Beep's stats right now. Melee attack of 65, stealth of 59, which is pretty decent. But Beep had probably the best dialogue of anybody in the game. So we're going to take off some gear here for Beep. We're going to take off this breastplate too. I'm sorry, Beep, we're exposing you like that. But there he is, the world famous Beep. And he is, like I said, I think the most famous character in all of Kenshi. Next up, we've got Griffin, who was from the Holy Nation, and he did not like them at all. And there he is right there. Let's see what his melee attack is 66. And let's get his gear off so we can see kind of how buff he is right now. And I'll even take his boots off. And there is Mr. Griffin, and he is a special character. He's got a robotic left arm, as you can see, and look at his legs. My goodness, he is stout. Then we have Rain the Giant, and Rain the Giant was one of my early acquisitions early on in the Shek Kingdom, and Rain is just gigantic female, and Rain has a melee attack of 68. Actually pretty good stealth at 62. Assassination not that great. 62, so, or 2 for assassination. So let's take off some of her gear so we can see how buff she is right now. And she has a moon cleaver. And there is Rain the Giant. She is by far my tallest character. Man, that Griffin, I can't get over his legs back there. Okay, next up is Kang. Also got Kang early on. Kang and Rain the Giant. Where is Kang? I'm going to make Kang walk up here. There he is right there. So Kang has a melee attack of 68 right now. And stealth 82 and assassination 75. Actually, for a Shek, that is really, really good. So let's take off his gear. And let's see what he looks like, how buff he is, and there he is right there. And Mr. Kang, got him very, very early on. And probably my first recruit, this was my first recruit, was Ruka. And she was in a bar, and the Shek Kingdom had this sad story of how her horns got shaved off. She has a melee attack of 68. And let's see what she looks like without some of her gear on. And this is Ruka. She has stuck by me. It was just Robert Plant, the original guy, and Ruka. I did actually have a female that I had with me, but the The female died when we went to the Southern Hive area, and I can't remember her name. And last but not least, we have Mr. Robert Plant. Let me put him over here. And you know what? I'm going to put him in the... Yeah, I'm going to put him right there. We have the moon in the background. Okay, how about right here? You know, he lost his shoes. And since he lost his shoes, you know, he just ran around barefoot. But this is Robert Plant. This is one of my original characters right here. And he has an melee attack of 69, so almost 70. He has pretty good stealth, 88, and really good assassination at 87. So let me get you to stand right over here and then come this way. There we go. Now we're going to take a look at Robert Plant and see what he looks like. He was a skinny old dude when I first started, and he started in Cannibal country. And there is Mr. Robert Plant. That was my first guy named after, tried to keep a kind of a music character theme going on, but there is Mr. Robert Plant, my original character that escaped the Cannibal country and rose to power and created this great KasCade Nation. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end. I plan on doing some other Kenshi videos, be a little bit different from these. I'm going to keep it a surprise, but keep watching, keep tuning in. Thanks for the people who have been following this. I appreciate it very, very much. And so this is KasCade signing out for the great game of Kenshi. Please hit like and subscribe. And until next time, I hope your day is a great one.